Tonight, the UIC Flames look to cool off the red-hot Wright State Raiders as the Flames welcome in Wright State to the Credit Union One Arena here in Chicago. Welcome to the Flames Tipoff Show. I'm your host, Joe Brand. So the Flames are actually riding a 3-game losing streak at the moment. Wright State on a 5-game winning streak. They just swept Robert Morris University. Prior to that, they swept IUPUI. But UIC needs just one more win to get to 500 all-time against the Wright State Raiders. They're currently 31-32. And despite being swept over the past weekend against Northern Kentucky, head coach Coach Yak thinks that it was just a few possessions, that if it would have gone differently, the Flames could have came away from Northern Kentucky with a couple of wins. So with that, we get to our Coach's Connection, where we get a chance to sit down with the head coach, Luke Yaklich.
Welcome back to the Flames Tip-Off Show as we move into Coach's Connection, where we get a chance to sit down with the head coach of the UIC Flames, Luke Yaklich. I'm your host, Joe Brand. And Coach, we'll jump right into it. Obviously, a tough weekend. You're hoping to move forward with some things, but what has been the team's response in the early going of this week from this past weekend?
It's been good. It's the one thing our guys were. We do respond well. We have just there's a great poem we shared with the guys, Joe. It's for all coaches out there. It's called "It's Just One Possession," and it's a high school coach that put it together. It's really good, and we've shared that twice this year. And we just looked at, we had like 30 to 30. I think we had 33 possessions in the game where it's just the margin for victory and defeat is minuscule, and it's razor thin. And for our guys, learning again how to value each possession and pay attention to the little things that we've worked on throughout the week, and then as coaches, make sure that we maintain the focus on those little things. That's been the response so far, and it's been good. And we're just trying to find, again, you lose a game by 4, you lose a game by 2. There's a myriad of reasons why and what you could have done. And the 5-hour bus ride home was tough, and it was turned into about 7 hours. Joe, we had the driver of the year through that snow. It was unbelievable. Our driver Robert was on it. He did an unbelievable job getting us back here, but. We had plenty of opportunities to win 2 games and just enough opportunities to lose 2 games. And as a coach and as players, you're picking it apart for 24, 48 hours, and it just feels good to get back on the court again and then to talk with the guys. The 2 things that are, again, that have hurt us is just fouling, and again, just unnecessary at times, just giving people 2 points at the free throw line, literally giving it away. And then on the other side, giving it away on offense of just some empty possessions with turnovers that we know we can do better, but just having the discipline and the toughness not to make those turnovers and not to make those fouls. And if we clean up, again, you're looking at the margin we look at 2 to 3 turnovers, you look at two foul calls, it changes the entire course of the game. But it's over the course of the game that you're disciplined enough to not let the other team get to the bonus, to not let the other team get to the double bonus, and to avoid, the turnovers that you can control. You're going to have some throughout the game, but for us to have 15 to 16 when you're averaging 1 point possession a game, you're throwing away 15 points in a basketball game, and that's the message that I've been trying to reiterate to our guys. You score 1 point possession, guys, and you turn the ball over 14 times, you're giving 7 baskets away. And trying to put it to them in different terms, and then as a coach, just doing everything we can to avoid those in a game, put our players in better position to be successful, and then working on those things even more in practice. So it's a lot of different. There's always 100 different answers, but you can't try to go about it 100 different things throughout the week. Otherwise, you get good at nothing. So we've really just tried to control what we control with landing on 2, and then working on our defensive technique on the ball. And we're going to get better, and we're going to break through, and we're not there yet, but we're going to get there.
Yeah, so using different terms to send a message. How many other poems do you got? Is just one possession the only one, or do you got a slew of poems somewhere?
There's several that we use along the way. Joe, I tell you what's interesting, Joe, just on a side note with Black History Month is we start in practice each day with just taking a look at, we've done a lot of, discussions with everything going on in society in our country the last, since we've got together as a team. And, we've looked at just the social change that has been done. Each day we're choosing and selecting a different African-American black athletes throughout the country. And today we've got Jackie Robinson and Hank Aaron have been our first two, and talking about the social change and stuff. So talk about poems, and the teacher kind of came out of me, and we've been having some really good discussions. We're planning on doing one of those each day throughout Black History Month, and then continuing that on like we have all year with various discussions on these pivotal topics in society. So a little side note there, Joe.
No, absolutely. That's what being part of the team is all about, right? Learning and teaching in different ways, and not just on the court.
Yes.
Well, Coach, thank you so much. Best of luck tonight against Rice State.
Thank you very much. We're going to have to play really well against a disciplined and tough team that they have a really good program established, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
This has been Coach's Connection. We'll continue with more on the Flames Tipoff Show.
If you're looking to lower your mortgage payment or buy a home, Credit Union One is offering historically low rates on refinance and new home purchases. Right now, you can get pre-approved in 1 day on a fixed-rate mortgage. Rates have never been this low, so now is the time. Don't wait. Conventional and jumbo rates are available. Call or apply online today, and be sure to ask about our $400 credit on closing costs. Credit Union One. Better banking for all of us.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
Moving on with the Flames Tip-Off Show here from the Credit Union One Arena as the Flames get ready to host the Wright State Raiders. I'm Joe Brand, and we've got a special segment here on the Flames Tip-Off Show. A new year brings a new member of the Flames family, and it's a member that you're somewhat aware of, but a new kind of member as we welcome UIC's newest, biggest fan. So as we appreciate all the enthusiasm and help we receive from Sparky D. Dragon over the years, we are thrilled to welcome in the newest member of the UIC Flames family in the new Sparky. Just a little bit updated, just a little bit flashier, and oh, of course, Sparky, Mr. Johnny on the spot. So Sparky, what types of events can Flames fans find you at? Here at Credit Union One Arena, okay, basketball, what else? Soccer, okay, find you over there at Flames Field. Where else? Oh, swimming. How does someone who's named Sparky survive at a swim meet? Magic, okay. Well, please be sure to keep an eye out for Sparky around the UIC campus. Whenever we can get you back here at Credit Union One Arena, we'd be thrilled to have you come out and personally meet the newest member of the UIC Flames family. Sparky, thanks so much for joining us. We'll have more of the Flames Tip-Off Show coming up next.
UI Health takes pride in serving Chicago. We're in your neighborhoods, providing care closer to home because we're committed to keeping our communities healthy. And that commitment starts with a healthier you. It's more than a prescription or procedure. It's a healthcare team taking the time to listen. As partners in your health, understanding your needs is the first step and providing the personalized care you deserve. UI Health, changing medicine for good.
A tall task for the Flames tonight to try and get their season back on track. They take on the red-hot Wright State Raiders. I'm Joe Brand as you're watching the Flames Tipoff Show, sponsored by Impact Networking. Not only do the Wright State Raiders lead the Horizon League in points per game and points allowed, they also lead in rebounds per game. They also lead in field goal percentage allowed, blocks, three-point percentage allowed, and oh yeah, they're top 3 in 3 other categories. But the Wright State Raiders not had much success against UIC lately. In fact, the Flames knocked off the Raiders in the semifinals last year in the Horizon League tournament. So with that and what else that the Flames have to gear up with against the Wright State Raiders, we go to Will Veasley with our scouting report, which is sponsored by Impact Networking and UI Health.
The Wright State Raiders, obviously going to be our biggest challenge yet. We came in to this season with goals to be one of the better teams, and to do that, you got to beat the best. So be a good challenge this weekend. They're probably the most efficient and just when you think of just balance, like 1 through 5, the guys that come off the bench, probably the most efficient, probably the most talented team we've played to date. Them and Loyola. Obviously, first and foremost, it's going to be a battle in the paint. Loudon Love, Grant Basili, just two of the better bigs coming into the two of the better bigs in the league coming into our house. So it'll be a challenge. Obviously, we've got to try and make it as difficult as possible on them to get the catch in the post. Then we're going to have to, when shots go up, get both those guys off the glass. Both of them do a really good job on the offensive boards, as they do as a team. One of the top offensive rebounding teams in the country. Then the guards, obviously, you can't fall asleep on them. Again, they don't try to do anything they can't do. Again, they play in their system and they do a really good job of running their stuff and what they do. So it's going to be a challenge on the perimeter, keeping guys in front. Again, our deal, taking away the three-point line. We're going to have to eliminate the three-point line. Again, a team that shoots a really good percentage from there. And then just getting back in transition. We've got to stop the basketball. We've got to get those guards under control, build a wall, keep everything in front, and just know that they want to play inside out. We're going to have to obviously be physical. It's going to take a total team effort with those two guys down low, and then just finishing plays. Okay, finish plays, and then allows our offense to get out and run.
It's a matchup against two teams in the Horizon League standings, one in 6th place, one in 2nd place, and unfortunately the Flames trying to move their way up in the Horizon League standings. This is the Flames Tip-Off Show, brought to you by Impact Networking. I'm your host, Joe Brand. But don't be fooled. Where you sit in the Horizon League standings does not necessarily mean where you sit in the seedings for the Horizon League. We've got some graphics to show you. Let's start with the Horizon League standings, which again, the Flames are kind of at the middle of the pack. They're in 6th place right now, looking to work their way up, taking on number 2, the Wright State Raiders, who are 11-3. So the Flames have a chance to maybe move up their rank in the standings at the moment. But like I said earlier, that doesn't necessarily mean that they will be in 6th for the seedings. If we take a look at the Horizon League tournament seedings, you see the Flames all the way down there at 10th. That's because seedings are determined by a number of things: league winning percentage, strength of schedule, wins on the road and wins on the losses, and also number of games played. So all those games that the Flames lost out on cancellations do come back to haunt them a little bit. We move on to what the Horizon League tournament would look like if it started today. And I take that back. This is just today's games in the Horizon League. Elsewhere around, as Detroit Mercy hosts Purdue-Fort Wayne, Oakland welcomes in Cleveland State, Milwaukee hosting Northern Kentucky, IUPUI on the road, as is Youngstown State. The upcoming schedule for UIC, again, tomorrow night, same time, same place, same opponent too. The Wright State Raiders come to the Credit Union 1 Arena. After that, it's a trip to IUPUI, and then the Flames wrap up their regular season hosting Green Bay. Then it's the Horizon League tournament. Finally, we're going to wrap up with some highlights over the last 4 games for the UIC Flames. Unfortunately, just one victory. It came 4 games ago on that buzzer beater by Michael Diggins against Youngstown State. Since then, the Flames have dropped 3 straight. However, some offensive highlights to show for you. Maurice Commander, Tavion Kirk, Braylon Bridges all scoring in double digits in the most recent game on Saturday. Not to mention Braylon Bridges led the game with 17 points. The night before that, Zion Griffin, Maurice Commander, and Michael Diggins again scoring in double digits. Zion Griffin leading the way with 15 points that day, as he has made a pretty good impact since coming off the injured list. And overall, as a team on Saturday, despite losing, Flames shot 48% from the floor. That's their 3rd best of the season. Not to mention their last 2 losses came by 4 or less points. A big matchup tonight, though, as the Flames host the Wright State Raiders. We'll have the call for you shortly, all here on the Flames Tip-Off Show. Still moving on, brought to you by Impact Networking.
Feeds now to Maurice Commander, who finds Michael Diggins far sideline. Whips it inside to Kirk. He leaves no to Bohannon, taken away by Diggins. 2-on-1, gives to Kirk. They run the alley-oop. Diggins hammers into. He gives to Michael Diggins, left wing. Hands to Kirk. He'll run to the foul line. Stop. Nice bounce pass inside. Good catch by Diggins. The floor. Kirk left wing 3. Pushed it in. 4 seconds. Far sideline. Push Daniel Agoro. No call. 3 for the win. Air ball. Tap in. Good. Did it happen after the buzzer? I think the officials are going to count it. Got the ball to Bridges. He lost it once, got it back, hooks it up and in. Kirk will throw into Braylon Bridges. Good catch, good patience, and he scores 15 to shoot for UIC. Commander by Wiley, going to step up for a 3, put it in.
16th second chance.
Moving on with the Flames Tip-Off Show, brought to you by Impact Networking. I'm Joe Brand. We move on to our Flames Athletic Fund, our donor of the game. It's Kim and Keith Wadle, who share some insight on why they choose to donate to UIC. And the question's always asked, why do you continue to support the Flames Athletic Fund? And they say instead of asking why, they like to think of it as why not. They believe that if you're in the position to help, you always should. Flames Athletics hold a special place in their hearts as their daughter has been blessed to participate on the UIC softball team. The opportunities that come from students being involved in athletics, particularly at this level, will undoubtedly provide them with invaluable tools to ensure success in the future endeavors. These student athletes are the future. They were then later asked, what impact do you hope to have on the student athlete experience? And they're hopeful that the small donations can help any athlete in need or help the program in any way that they see fit. Flames Athletics' impact on them far outshines anything that they're doing. And as their saying goes, run the flag, and as always, fire up Flames. That, yes.